All right, hey guys, welcome back to 234 En La Casa. So today we're going to be making blackberry cobbler. This is one of my favorite dishes. I love blackberry cobbler, and several of my family members do too. I normally make it over the winter holidays, but since we had blackberries on sale at the grocery store, I bought a whole lot of blackberries, froze them back, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just make a cobbler real quick. So I'll bring you all over and so you can join me and I'll show you how we make blackberry cobbler here in this household, okay? All right, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I hope everybody is having a fabulous day. It's a great day, it's sun shining outside here. Even in the rain, it's still a great day. So just count your blessings, be grateful, and I'll see y'all over here in just a second. All right, guys, so we're going to start off making this blackberry cobbler. We're going to start off with the roux, and I've already got this heating up. This is 1 stick of salted butter, and also, you want to make sure that your oven is preheated to 400 degrees, okay? And then I already have my bottom crust rolled out. You can already have yours rolled out. This is my casserole dish. I've sprayed it, rolled the dough into the bottom of the casserole dish, all right? This is a crust by Trader Joe's. I think I've mentioned their crust before. They have an excellent, excellent pie crust. It tastes like homemade. So whenever I'm in a pinch and just want to get a pie crust that's already done, I just hop over to Trader Joe's and get theirs. Theirs is really, really, really good. And so then, let me see. It was something else that I was going to say to you all. I don't remember, but anyway, so I'm going to wait on this butter to melt, and then we will go on with the process in terms of making the roux. All right, guys, so this butter has melted. I'm going to go ahead and add half a cup of flour, all-purpose flour, to this. And for this, it really does not matter what kind of flour you use, meaning the brand of flour. This is just some store brand of flour that I'm using here, okay? It does not matter, because we're just using this for the roux. All right, so I've got that roux made, and scrape the sides and make sure. And so to this, we're gonna add 2 cups of apple juice. And you're gonna add your apple juice very slowly, okay? And I'm whisking mine together. If you don't have a whisk, you can use a spatula. You don't have to whisk. I just prefer to do mine this way. It just helps the flour and everything to combine a lot easier. But like I said, don't fret if you don't have a whisk. You can use a spatula or a spoon if you don't have a spatula. And the apple juice that I'm using is the Mott's 100% apple juice brand. And I don't have that bottle. It's already been thrown in the recycling, but Mott's is a brand here stateside. So any kind of apple juice that you have should be fine. And when you are mixing, combining, whisking, you want to make sure that you get along the edge of your sauce pot, saucepan, or what have you as well, because sometimes your roux will kind of hide in those little nooks and crannies along the side at the bottom. And so you want to make sure that your roux is getting incorporated with the apple juice, okay? It's my little baby in there. I'm going to go ahead and add, this is 1 cup of sugar. And it's going to be a total of 2 cups of sugar that we're going to be adding, okay? But you're going to add that sugar in gradually, whisking in between or mixing in between. And my stove, I forgot to mention, my stove is on medium heat, okay? And so as you whisk this together, you'll begin to notice that this has a glossiness on top, and that's just your roux and your apple juice and your sugar turning into kind of like a syrup, okay? And that'll let you know that you're on the right path as you notice the glossiness at the top, okay? And then I'm gonna get another cup of sugar, so we're gonna have a total of 2 cups of sugar for our blackberry sauce. Okay, so that's cup number 2 added. Okay, guys, so I've got that sugar combined. And so now you're going to turn your heat up some. I've got mine turned up to medium-high heat. You're going to want to bring this sugar apple juice mixture to a boil, okay? And so that's going to take about maybe a minute or 2 to come to a boil, okay? Or 2 to 3 minutes probably. But you'll just continue whisking as you wait for this to come to a boil, because you don't want your sugar to start to stick to the bottom of your pot, okay? Okay guys, so this has come to a boil, it's bubbling, and you can see the consistency that this is, and so this is perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off and remove this from the heat really quickly, just for a second, because to this we're gonna go ahead and add our spices. So this is gonna be a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon and a half of nutmeg, okay? I'm gonna put this back on the heat. The eye is turned off, and I'm gonna go ahead and place this back on the heat and get this mixed in, our spices and everything. Got that added. And now we're gonna add our blackberries. These are my blackberries. This is about 4 cups of blackberries. What you're gonna wanna do if you buy frozen blackberries at your grocery store, they're normally sold in 16-ounce bags. So you'll wanna get about three bags of those, okay? I'm gonna turn my heat back on my stove since I'm adding the cold blackberries, okay? And I'm putting the eye on like medium low heat, okay? And so I'm gonna gradually add these blackberries in. All right, Elsa, I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of this too, okay? This is gonna be really good. It looks so good. I've already tasted the sauce part of it, and it is sweet, it is excellent, it is fantastic, okay? Okay, so we're gonna just let this heat up some, and then we'll be ready to place this in our pie shell. All right, guys, so this is heated up, and so I'm gonna go ahead to this and add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And the reason why we're gonna add the vanilla last is so that it doesn't, you know, when you heat your berries and things up, it'll cook the vanilla off, because, you know, vanilla has an alcohol content. So we don't want that vanilla taste to be cooked off during the cooking process of the berries. So we'll go ahead and add 2 teaspoons of vanilla to this, of vanilla extract. All right, and I'll get that mixed in and combined, and that's it. That's all that we're gonna do. Just make sure your vanilla is combined really, really well. So I'm gonna mix this around a couple of times here, a few times here, and that's it. So we're gonna get ready to pour these berries into the pie shell. All right, guys, so these berries are ready, and so I'm gonna bring these over, and I've got a spoon here that I'm gonna use to spoon these berries in. You know, if you pour them in, they'll splatter everywhere, and so you don't wanna get that all over your clothes or what have you. It can be hard to get out of the clothes, or even an apron if you're wearing an apron. So I just prefer to spoon mine, but if you want to pour yours in, be my guest, because you know the splattering may not bother you. All right, so we've got all of that spooned in. I got every bit of juice out of that pot, and now we're going to unroll this pie crust dough and lay it on top. It's kind of, you see how it's kind of breaking? So I may go ahead and just, because I'm trying to hold it together, but I'm just going to go ahead and break it and unroll this part of it first and see what happens, and then we'll get it, because we're going to vent this anyway, and you just kind of have to just go with it, you know. It's just, and just know in your mind everything's all right, everything's going to work out, all things happen for a reason, and it's always for the good. Okay, always for the good. Even when it may appear that things are not going your way because it didn't show up the way that you thought it was, trust and believe it is going in your way. Everything happens for a reason. And I'm gonna leave it like this, that way it can vent on the sides there. And we've got a little bit in the middle there that can vent as well. All of that liquid and everything, that's gonna bake off. Not all of it, but a lot of it is, okay? So that's why I put every bit of juice in here, so that way there's enough, you know, when you, when it's ready, you still have some liquid in your cobbler. And then I'm gonna put some pats of butter on top, and some powdered sugar to give it, let me just kind of think about it, because my dad, when he would make blackberry cobbler, he would always put powdered sugar on top, and it would make this wonderful, like, crunchy crust on top. I always loved that as a little girl. It was always so good, especially for people that don't necessarily eat, you know, ice cream with their blackberry cobbler. It gives them that little bit of extra sweetness. So I may go ahead and put some on here. I don't know. We'll just see. And I will say this too. I had someone email me and ask me, you know, on my videos, I tend to sniff a lot. And when I go off camera, y'all, like sometimes I'm washing my hands or whatever, but a lot of times I'm like in meditation, just, you know, in walking meditation, just thinking about just how good our Creator is to each and every one of us. And how blessed we are. And I think about, you know, people that, you know, are going through different things or what have you, and just sending, you know, love and energy to them, that everything work out for them, and, you know, whatever. So if I'm sniffing a lot, it's not, you know, it's not allergies or anything. It's just that I'm always like just thinking of myself and others, and just, you know, thinking about just the goodness that I hope that people can eventually see. That even though you're going through stuff, there is still a God, Buddha, whatever you pray to or whatever you believe, or even if you're an atheist, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not, because I don't discriminate, I'm not prejudiced about anything at all. You can be homeless, you can be a billionaire, everybody is the same. Everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time, everybody sits on the toilet and goes to the bathroom. We all do. Nobody is better than anyone else. And so a lot of times when I'm off camera, I'm just, you know, just grateful, just being grateful. And it does kind of, you know, bring a little tear to your eye, you know what I'm saying? Because it's people that go through a lot of different things medically, their health. Some people are blind, some people are, I mean, you know, just all these different things. And when you begin to think that way, it allows you to really be grateful for who you are, you know, where you are, to know that you can always expand and be greater and better. And, you know, and you think back over your life and think about how you've grown and changed and, you know, those different things. And it's just, you know, I just try to be grateful for it all. Okay, y'all. So just know that. And let me get this powdered sugar. And I'm not off camera like boohooing and crying. It's not like that. It's just, you know, you can be in walking meditation, and, you know, it can be, you know what I mean? Like just reflecting. It doesn't mean that you're, you know, over somewhere just bawling your eyes out, or, you know what I mean? And, you know, falling apart and all that. You can be grateful and be happy. I mean, there's a happiness. Some people cry when they're happy. It's just thinking about just the goodness and the blessings that we've all received, or that you've personally received over your life, you know? And thinking about the stuff that you've done in your life that might have hurt people, or might have, you know, hurt institutions or agencies or what have you, and how you've gone back and you've made amends with those places. And I've had to do that, you know, go back and make amends, and be totally honest with myself about how I might have shown up, and go back and make amends, to let them know that I apologize, period. No excuses, no, you know what I mean? Oh, I did it because I was this, that. No, I did it. And if I hurt you in any kind of way, I apologize. And that is it, period. That's it. Put a period there. I tell my girls that, my children that all the time. Anyway, okay, so I just put a little powdered sugar on there. We're going to place this in the oven for 45 minutes. So I'll bring you all back once this is done. All right, y'all. So the blackberry cobbler is out of the oven. You can kind of see it's still bubbling. And so we're going to leave this here to rest for about 20-30 minutes. You don't want to go ahead, I know it's hard, you want to go ahead and get some of it, but when you get some of it, it'll pull it right out of the oven. It'll pull your juices away from the other sides of the baking dish. And so you want to allow your that's with any casserole or any cobbler, you want to allow it to rest absorb juices and all of that, so that your juices in the cobbler or in the casserole are evenly distributed, and so you're not pulling liquid away from another side of your casserole or your cobbler. Okay, so we're going to let this rest here for about 30 minutes, and I'll bring y'all back. Okay, so this is out of the oven, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm doing a close-up so you all can see it. And I'm going to go ahead and let me push this over so you all can see this part of it. And I'm not going to, I usually will eat ice cream with this, and we do have some, but I don't, I'm not going to get any. And it is so good, y'all. It's sweet. It's not bitter or anything like that. All right, so here's this blackberry cobbler. This is good. You don't need any ice cream. It's very sweet. You can get some ice cream if you want to. I normally will have some with mine, but this is good without it. Very, very nice. Very good. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, I will bring you all back. I'm sorry. I will come back with some more videos, and I hope that you all, like I said, are having a very, very blessed day. Enjoy everything, count everything as a blessing, and I will see you all back here for another episode of 234 En La Casa. Y'all take care, sending lots of love, lots of light, lots of abundance. See y'all next time.